Hi, this is Barry J. McDonald here, and I'd like to welcome you to today's blog post over at Writecom.com. And today we had a look at income streams, or instant income streams. And how this had come about was because I was selling a couple of licenses for one of my products, which was my cheap children's picture book course, which basically showed how anybody could create children's picture books without hiring an illustrator, and then how they could get that book then published on the Amazon Kindle store. And what I'd done was I had released a couple of licenses for that course so that anyone who could sell, anyone could sell that course and they could keep all the earnings for themselves, or they could take that course offline and maybe set up author workshops or something like that and make money from it. So basically it was an instant income stream. All that they had to do was just to work the system and they would make money from it. I'm always hopping on and drumming it into my kids over and over again to try and create something that they can get paid for over and over again. Something, especially if it's digital, that doesn't need to be, created or printed or put together. For example, even just if you wrote an ebook, there's no amount of times that ebook can be, it can be sent out again and again and again, each time earning you money if you are charging for it. You look at the kids nowadays, like, when I was growing up, there was no internet. It seems strange, but the kids nowadays, there's so many opportunities for them to create an income. Like the amount of channels that you see now on YouTube that's just simply just kids playing games, and they could play maybe a game in Minecraft, maybe 10 or 20 minutes, put the video up, and that video is just watched maybe tens of thousands of times, could be even going to millions of times, and each time, if they've got ads on it, those videos are making income. Like that 20 minutes they spent, creating that video, it's going to produce an income today, tomorrow, 6 months from now, as long as that channel stays open on YouTube and YouTube, keeps showing that video. That video is going to make money for them over and over again. Compared to years ago, maybe when those, opportunities weren't available to us, maybe, unless you were maybe a musician or maybe you were an author or something like that, where, your books could be sold over and over again, or maybe your songs could be sold over and over again, your records, some record that you maybe, recorded 20 years ago, like there's still audience out here could still buy, those records, and you were still making money from that record that you made 20 years ago. But there's so many opportunities nowadays for people to create content once and get paid over and over again. Even creating a video course and going to Udemy or Skillshare or something like that, if that course took you an hour to put together, that hour is getting multiplied over and over and over again. Like if you don't know much about me, years ago, before I started getting into really, into self-publishing, I used to be a shelf stacker. So in the case of like most people, I got worked for an hour, I got paid for an hour. If I'd done my 10-hour shift, I got paid for 10 hours. And those were 10 hours that I'd never get back. That work I'd done, that 10 hours, I'd never get back. Whereas where I go online here and I spend maybe 10 hours, writing a report, putting a video course together, those 10 hours are getting paid over and over and over again. It's sad to see the majority of people nowadays are, they're working for an hour and they're getting paid for an hour. There's only, we've only got 24 hours in a day, so even if you're working 24/7, there's a limit on how much you can earn. Sure enough, maybe if you got your hourly wage, maybe you got a pay raise or something like that, you could boost your earnings again. But again, you're limited to how many hours, you're limited to 24 hours in the day, and you're limited to be in that place for that time. For the 10 hours, I couldn't go anywhere else. I had a shelf. I had to stack those shelves at 10 hours. And in my part, in the time when I was working, when I was off, those were the times when I was creating my Kindle books, my kids' books. And, those books were selling as a sideline. As I was working in the nights, those books were selling all over the world. And, it made that I was getting paid more than my hourly wage. I was getting an income stream coming in on top of that. So that's what I highly recommend that everybody should do. It's sad to see so many people going to work every day and not being able to spend time with their kids because, they're tied to a job, they can't leave, they have to ask the boss for permission, can I need to take time off, the child's sick and all those different things, and sometimes you get it off and sometimes you turn down, and, it's like, as Tony Shepard said before, a job isn't a job, it's like a jail sentence because you are tied to that place for that time that they own you. And I feel that everybody should be working on income streams, whether it's video courses, whether it is writing and publishing stuff to the Amazon Kindle store, creating ebooks, setting up a blog and writing to it. You know, if you have something, even just a blog there, you know, if you wrote an article to a blog, if it took you an hour to do, post it up on your blog, and that hour's work, you know, is going to be multiplied over and over again. People are going to read that blog post, you know, a week from now, 6 months from now, 10 years from now. If you know, if it's on an evergreen topic that's always popular, you're going to get paid for it over and over again. So, you know, whatever you're doing today, you know, try and think, is there anything I could create digitally that I can get paid for over and over again? Is there any income stream? You know, it doesn't have to be a huge one. It could be maybe $50 a month, $100 a month. And, you know, try and think, is there something I could set up on autopilot, or that I could outsource or get somebody else to do the work for me, but I would make that money every month. And then once you can get that set up, then, you know, try and think, is there another income stream that I can do? So it's something to think about, because, you know, at the end of the day, there is no job security. So if you can have all these little income streams as a sideline, you know, if the rug's ever pulled out from under you, you've always got that to fall back on. So again, my name's been Barry J. McDonald. This has been today's blog post over at writecom.com. And if you're interested in self-publishing, or if you have some books and you would like maybe want ways to how to sell more of those books, I highly recommend you drop by the blog, because we've got 2 great free reports that you can pick up if you come over. So again, thanks for listening, and take care. And again, you know, think, what could you create today that you could get paid for over and over again? Take care. Bye-bye.